Spur Studios is a collection of artist and musician practice spaces. We've got about 31, 32 units, and it's a 24-hour access. Anything legal goes. You know, you can come in and do your work. That's kind of what it's all about. I like old buildings, and I like to know what's happening in my community. I'd seen the building empty for so long. It's got this really distinct roof line, and it just kind of always catches your eyes going by. And so I took a tour of the building, looking at all these office spaces that had already been divided, and it's kind of ready to go. And then the way the building has been sitting empty for, I later found out, 8 years. I found out there was some flexibility from the owner's perspective, and that, you know, knowing what I knew about the arts community in Ypsi, I felt like we could make a swing at it. And, you know, we were really surprised. Originally, I thought we'll take 10 spaces and give them to us for 6 months, and let's just see what we can do with it. And then inside, 3 months, we had 27 some spaces already leased, and those are year-long leases. That's set into the future for a good amount of time. Spur Studios is about spurring people into action a little bit. I think, where we are generationally and with culture, there's sort of this tendency towards complacency, or just, watching things go by. I think a little bit of apathy kind of brought up in my generation. And it's about taking a stand against that. And so that's why it's a workspace. It's not a bar where we're hanging out and socializing. It's a place where we are socializing, but there's a meaningful activity behind it. Whether it's making our careers or making art, there's this idea that you're hanging out and enjoying your life and also being productive. I feel like I've looked around and that's always been missing, in the whole social scene. I wanted to be making things or working on something or changing the world or whatever it was. And so this came out of just that natural desire to want to be around people who feel similarly and are trying to change the world and make something happen. Our lease with the landlord is for 3 years, and so that's pretty short term. But the bigger picture is that we would be able to, through this 3-year sort of trial run, reinvest the money at the end of it, either in a longer term lease or to ultimately buy a building. The demand has proven that this kind of is viable financially, and that we'd like to use this 3-year sort of prototype period to secure the future of some sort of art space in Washtenaw County.